Hello and welcome along. Today we are taking a first look at Eire Ireland. This is a map for PC for FS19, Farming Simulator 19. It's created by James29, Ross and Owen, who are listed as the authors in the mod description. And it's been sent to me by one of them, by EW Gaming, who has very kindly allowed me to have this first look. And yeah, this is a huge map. This is a 4x map. This is why it will only actually be available on PC, is because it is too big. Only 2x maps can go onto console, so it's already too big to go on the console. And it is, from my understanding is, and from what I've heard in other places, I haven't looked at this map at all. I've not seen any other first looks, but I have heard that this is 5 maps in one, and certainly there are enough fields and everything for it. Very interesting thing to point out straight off the bat. No field numbers, so I don't know how that works as far as contracts go. I'm guessing without any field numbers, we only have a contract for transporting at the moment. We'll check that again later, just to check whether any contracts come up. But my initial thought is there are no contracts on this map at the moment. There are purchasable field areas. Areas are, yeah, reasonably priced, actually. There's some cheaper areas and some more expensive ones. Not seeing anything really under sort of 200,000 ish. Yeah, there's no 207. I think is the cheapest we've seen. A huge number of fields. I have no idea what the actual field count in, because obviously there are no field numbers. But it is, yeah. Just looking all over the map. There we go. Cheapest set of fields down here. 187. No, there we go. 139 right down the bottom. 123. So that looks 81. So looks like if you're starting from scratch, the bottom corner here, that's where you're going to want to concentrate to buy your early fields. Wow, there's some really cheap stuff down there. So yeah, so field prices are good variety. Some that are a lot more like that for 705, but it is a big map. It's a very big map. So we're going to go and have a look around it. This may be a slightly longer first look because of the size of the map, but it's we'll get round as much of it as we can in the time that we have. So let's jump in our John Deere Gator here. We'll zoom out a little bit so that you guys get maximum visibility. And once again, I don't have my shuttle on here, so if I get stuck or go backwards when I should be going forwards, that would be why. So this is the main yard. So if you're doing a new farmer, this is the yard you start with, and this is the corner of the map you start with. I am liking this yard a lot. Lots of detail to it. Looks like we have built-in stuff for, looks like cows up here. So it looks like this might be cow and sheep, actually. So if we head up this way, yeah, here we go. So we've got cow area up here, feeding troughs and everything that way. That must be, I'm guessing if we go and open the end of this barn here, this must be our grain store. Good sound on the barns. I've heard that before. Yeah, nice grain store in here, so that's cool. Does have a roller door on this side. So that has a roller door on here, but it opens to a blank wall. So there is that. I do recognise these sheds. I'm not 100% sure where I recognise them from, but I have seen these sheds before. So I'm not quite sure where they come from. But yeah, they are. I think they're something I've seen from FS17. And there were some absolutely brilliant barns and things from FS17. I'd really like to see converted to placeables. Actually, would be really good for British and Irish farms to have some of the FS17 map barns and things converted to placeables, so that we can have those in and build our own farms with those. In fact, yeah, I think I recognise these from Thornton. is where I think I've seen these before. So this down here should be our sheep area, I think. Yeah, that is sheep down there. I'm not quite sure how we get to it. It's quite a maze of gates and things. I don't want to spend too long around this yard. It is a wonderfully detailed yard though. There's an awful lot to it, and it is that's got a slurry tank. Are these the cow? Actually, no. This is the cow area down here. I think it was the sheep we visited first. Yeah, this is the cows down here. And now here's something interesting. What is this crop? It looks like this has extra crops. Being a PC only map, things like extra crops and things like that we can have. I think that's alfalfa by the looks of it. That is a field we own. That is the only field I can see on this map that's numbered. So we'll head back out. We have left all the gates open, but we don't have any animals or anything at the moment. This map is not yet released, so I think it's still a work in progress. This is the version as of Saturday evening, or Saturday afternoon. It got sent over to me then. But whoa, we're on the wrong side of the road. That is alfalfa by the looks of things. Collisions in the hedges. And that is a field we own. I think this is definitely being an Irish map. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's not go into the pond. I do just want to have a look at this. I think this is alfalfa, and we'll have a look at the. No, that isn't. What is that? Red cabbage. Fantastic. So this is a map that does have a whole load of extra fruits in it by the looks of things, which is going to be a fun thing to explore and to see what equipment and things there is for that. And yeah, I'm loving the roads are all bespoke. It's proper Irish road signs and everything, and looks nice. Oh wow, I think has his tractor broken down. There's some nice touches on this map. There are an awful lot of nice touches. Some of the gates, so there seems to be a mix of gates here. Some of them are automatic opening ones. Seems to be a satellite yard here. Yeah. That does have, I think that's fuel in that. Down there. And there's a really nice feeling to this map. This map does have a good amount of detail, a good vibe to it. And I love the detail and I love the look of it, and it just feels like a nice map all over. So if we go, we're going to take a left down here. There is something to look at down the bottom, the dock. We'll come back to that when we get round the rest. We have a whole load of stuff down here to go and have a look at. Now I'm not sure what 5 maps this is combined from, or if it is that, or just it has enough detail for 5 maps. I think it would be a fantastic multiplayer map. Really would work great for that. Small housing estate in there, another yard in here. This is the sell point, so I'm going to concentrate mainly on the sell points and things like that, because we do only have, as I said, a limited amount of time that we can look around here. And I don't think I'm going to be able to show everything. So Gaunt Food Group. So this is a sell point of some description. Tipping is in there, although it looks like we might have some tipping down the side as well. Looks like root crops, this one. And there are a lot of sell points on here by those things. And there's that could be a sell point for something as well by the looks of things. Maybe bales or something like that. Yeah, we definitely have a root crop of some description in here. Potatoes. Yeah, there we go. So definitely a sell point for potatoes. Maybe a sell point for something else, although it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. We will go through all the sell points at the end of the video and just have a look at roughly what we have available to us. We have another sell point in here. Looks like we have an automatic barrier there. That looks like a sell point for Ballybrack farm machinery. Okay, so this looks like a shop. This isn't the actual shop, But this is the first sign that we've got that this comes from another map, because obviously you don't normally have multiple machinery shops on a map. So that is very much a sign. Although, right, so we've got straw sell point here. Although, what I would quite like to see is if this map does have multiple machinery shops like that, it would be quite good if it at least had a workshop there. So you had a possibility of multiple workshops or multiple places that you could go and get your machinery serviced. Would be pretty cool. I quite like to see that. It would be nice if there was some way of working out a bit that you can go and do. If there was some way to go say, right, I'm going to this shop to buy something. But I don't think that's overly that much of a possibility. The edge of the map is not the greatest. As you guys know, I prefer an edge of a map that sort of blends in, doesn't break the whole immersion aspect. And this is looking, even at this distance, the edge of the map is looking a bit harsh, I think it is. And you can sort of see waves of texture going across. Having said that, that is probably... So having just said all of that, that I think was a view distance issue with the game. However, I am just going to pull into this field here. As suspected, lots and lots of grass fields on here. Back off, because that is going to open towards us. We head out towards the edge of the map quickly. Don't know how much opportunity we'll have later. I'm liking the grass texture. The grass texture on this is really interesting. Good to see lots of sort of flowers and things like that in it. Yes, so I'll take it back a little bit. The edge of the map is big trees, but we do have a floating hedge, and it does kind of look like trees are stacked on top of it, which is why I mistook it with the view draw distance as being just a flat edge. It's not the worst. I have seen worse map edges, but it's yeah. I think I would have quite liked a bit better of blending. And you can see there are still a few work in progress aspects to this. The road itself similarly could do with a little bit of blending. Nice bit of touch with the workmen. I am liking that kind of stuff. And we are driving off the edge of the map at the moment. I should have taken a turning back that way. So there are issues, there are little touches that are missing on the map. But as I said, this is a work in progress, and I can allow an awful lot of that on a map that we know isn't finished, that we know hasn't been released yet in this state. So there's plenty that can be done for it. Looks like we have a farm in here. For us to go and look at. This looks like we may have another cow farm in here. So this again is another aspect of the whole 5 maps in one. And it's nice to see if these farms aren't placeable farms, because the thing is, with this farm being here, this can't be a placeable farm because we don't own it on New Farmer. So I'm taking a leap, and I think it will be shown at the end. These farms are not placeable farms. But this is a cow farm, I think. Certainly. Oh, we've got chickens at the back here, along with a slurry tank. Here we go. And we have cows in here. So we do have multiple cow farms on here. Again, unsurprising for an Irish map. You would have plenty of cattle farms and dairy farms. On a map, on an area like this. So I quite like that. Now, we need to get down to the animal dealer, and I'm just trying to work out how to do that. So let's bring up the big map. And it's quite difficult on the small map to see that. Now, we need to kind of head back where we were, and there seems to be a roadway down this way, or certainly some way down that way we need to get to. So, let's get this gate open. And head that way. And we're not even halfway through this map yet, and we've spent about 15 minutes. which is you know, that shows you how big this map is, how much there is to this map. We need to try and get to that yard down there. Right, that way then, which I think is our way through to what appears to be a very big bridge across the water, which I really want to go and have a look at. I think will be quite a thing. But it is a beautiful looking map. It really is. Again, the sort of the rough around the edges work in progress stuff, very much forgivable at the moment. I would like to see certainly the sort of rough around the edge stuff cleared up before a release. So yeah, we can't actually go anywhere out of this yard. This is a satellite yard. Not quite sure how we get across to this bit over here. This yard over here. It's a bit... Yeah, we've got a gateway over there. Oh, we've got... let's go through this field here, actually. Let's see if we've got a gateway through this way into there. So that is the livestock. I am not 100% how you get anywhere near it, though. And this is one of the things I said about this map early on. Is it is a bit of a maze, and a bit. So there is a roadway there, right? So I'm gonna head over there. I'm gonna cut this bit, get us over that way. You've already seen most of where I'm going at the moment, so I'll come back in a moment once I've got us in the right place. So we're coming back past the workmen now, and yeah, we were kind of going the right way in the first place. We need to head up this roadway here. And again, this is the bit where I showed the blending needs doing. You can see that it really could do with just bringing the edges up a bit, just sort of making everything, especially into a gateway like this. And that does all just sort of need blending up to the side of the road a little bit. It's a minor thing, but it's one of those things where if you drive along the roadway, after a while you will... I find I get annoyed by that, especially if you get a tyre off the edge of the road and the whole thing just drops. So it's an interesting driveway. It'd be nice, actually, this being what it is, for that to be signposted. I'd quite like to see that. This is the animal, this is the livestock yard, or the livestock market. Nice, big, detailed livestock market. And I think this will tell me kind of what we can have here. We do have everything. There we go. That's your loading area. We've got sheep, and I think I saw pigs in here as well. We've certainly got cows. Yeah, what have we got over here? Sheep and cows. I've not seen any pigs. Yeah, sheep and cows. That's interesting. I wonder if you can actually buy pigs on here. Which would be rather worrying if you couldn't. I would like to see that. I think we've got horses in the yard. Let's have a quick look here. Sheep, animal, chick, swine store. Okay, that's pigs. So we've also got a few translation issues in that a lot of this is still in German, which is could do with a tweak. I quite like on a German map. I can understand that, but this being an Irish map, I'd quite like to see the wording for everything in English. Really. What have we got up here? Do you have another yard? So this is listed as wash contracting yard. So this is a contracting yard. Looks like it has horses in it, which is why I'm taking an interest in it. Yeah, nice set of barns, nice set of sheds. Feels good. And okay, so we have a grain store in here. I also remember seeing, actually, I remember seeing very similar sheds to this in on Kendall Farms. So there is that as well. how do you get into the horses? I think there's a different road to get into the horses. It certainly seems to be... it's not obvious to me, though. And I think we have something over this way as well. We do have a big bridge over here. This is a massive map. It really is. Through the fjord and... the ford. And there we go. Lighthouse out here. And that is... that's a fairly spectacular sight. Really liking that. Now, I think we go through the bottom end of the mart to get over this big bridge. This is a massive map. It really is. It's impressive work. For all the minor things that I pointed out so far, I do have to say I am impressed by this map. It is a wonderfully big map. How do I get to that roadway? I think we may needed to take an earlier turning. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit again and see if I can get us onto the right road to head over the bridge. So here we go. It was a little way back from the mart, from the animal mart, and just straight down here and down the side. So yeah, there is a real maze-like feeling to this. Oh wow, with some very bumpy roadways. You cannot speed through here too much. So definite map for doing grass work. This is absolutely a silage grass-based silage map. There are a few fields that you can do other stuff with. Look at that! Wow, that is immense. That is amazing view. Even the bridge though is bumpy. That's really, even the bridge is uneven. But that brings us across to here. It's interesting actually having such a big bridge like that with an area that is, it's not a main road bridge. It feels like a main road bridge. It should be a main road bridge. But it doesn't come out to a main road on either end. And we're just sort of pulling our way down here and heading down to another farm. Lots of detail through here. This is a beautiful part of the map. Lots of bits and pieces that sort of make me go, wow. It's, yeah. Lots of very nice touches. That just sort of bring everything together, make everything work nicely. Another barn there. Oh. And that is a fence. It does fit together nicely, this map, and it feels like a fairly rugged map and properly rural. There's a little bit too much. Yeah, I looked down that, and that's got a little bit too much uniformity in that hedgerow. I'd quite like to have seen a bit of randomness in the turning, in the hedges. And which way do we go here? Can we get into? Yeah, we can get into this farm this way, I think. Wow, it is a big map. This, it really is. Yeah, there we go. So we can get into this yard here. So this is the third yard, or third sort of designated yard on the map, by the looks of things. There's one right in the middle on an island that I don't know if we will make it to. There we go. And so this one again, this has pigs, this yard. So there are pigs available here. And you can see the pig huts and everything. So, yeah. Again, a nice, well-detailed yard. There's the pig enclosure over there. So, good bespoke pig enclosure. And over this way, what have we got over here? We've got, again, storage stuff, and I think I saw cows to the south of us. So yeah, another nicely detailed yard. Good and useful, and so plenty of places to set yourself up on here if you're doing single player, and plenty of places to for several multiplayer farms to be, which is of course one of the beauties of FS19 is this whole thing where you can have your own separate farms, and you know, pretty much as many as you want. I think it's up to like 8 farms. So, and there is space on this map to do that. Wow, I think the roads to me are a little too uneven in places. That's just a personal opinion rather than a criticism. It feels a little bit like it could be smoothed off. It's a little too sharp. There's a sheep farm up that way, which I'm not going to go up because we are a little bit short of time. But yeah, there is a sheep farm up that way. A nice rugged piece of road here. You see, that is nicely blended and smoothed in. I do like that a lot. So yeah, that's a good use. That has worked well. As he said, yeah, it is a little bit. Again, a little bit of smoothing, I think, need there, because we do these again floating a bit. But all in all, you know, these are little things that happen while the map is still work in progress, and that's why maps take so long to make, because it's not the actual creation a lot of the time. It's making sure that your creation has all of those little issues and little bits and pieces removed. So this is a cell. Is this a sell point? Yeah, I think this is a slurry sell point by the looks of things. Oh no, it's a slurry storage. So it's somewhere where you can store slurry. Now we're heading up to the town, and right. So this again, quite a detailed area to get round and through. Not so much in this. So we've got a petrol station here. We have dairy sales up this way, I think. Like, well, there we go. Oh, that was close. That opened late. So I think, yeah, this is a dairy. So this will be dairy sales here, around here somewhere. I'm guessing in that... yeah, in that shed there is the dairy sales. So there's that there. Looks like there's another pig yard a little bit. So I'm going to bring that up on the map. So to the east... yeah, to the east. No, to the west, sorry, of here is a pig yard. Actually, we should be able to go to that and then work our way round from there towards Green's wood chips. Yeah, it is quite a way around. So pig yard is that one up there, in there that you can buy. So if you just want to do pigs, again, nice area that is available for you there. I think placeables, because this is so uneven, I think you're going to be spending a lot doing placeable stuff on here, because of the way the placeable stuff works. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff that you've got to... This map is just humongous. Getting around all of this is a massive job. Right, we're going to turn a little bit this way and just have a quick look up here. I think it's through. It's in the back of there is the sawmill, but it's a long way round to do it. So I'm gonna bring the map up and show you guys what it is to get to the sawmill. So sawmill is basically the other side of here. Looking at this, I think we've got a forestry area around here. And to get to it, I think you've got to go sort of that way. It's a bit hard to tell where some of the roads are on here. But you certainly, yeah, I think it's somewhere down the bottom of the map there. It even looks like, oh right, no, it is. So basically, we need to head back because the area, the Roche Garden Centre, and that way, that is the entrance to the wood chips and to the sawmill. The other side of there, which is right down the far end of the map here. So again, this is one of those maps that makes itself feel even bigger, just purely by the amount that you have to work your way around the roads. And to get everything. This is very much going to be one of those flavour of the map first looks. We're not going to be able to visit everything. That is, oh, I've got myself in the hedge because that looks like carrots. In fact, yeah. What do we have in here? It's not telling me what this is. That looks like carrots or onions. Actually, is what that is. Right, let's back out the hedge. Yeah, that's onions. So that's cool. We do need to see what our extra crops are on here quickly as well. I'm a little bit concerned by the lack of field numbers. I'm guessing that contracts on here are not at the moment a thing. As we discovered in these early first looks before, that doesn't mean they won't be a thing. But certainly as the map stands at the moment, it doesn't look like anything other than transport contracts are available. Another nice bit of window dressing with some more pipes going in here. So is he? Yeah, he's not in use, but a nice bit of roadworks there. And then up here, we've got another area. This is. Yeah, open inwards, please. Thank you. This is massive. I know it's a 4x map and it's massive anyway, but it feels even bigger than that. It's, you know, it's quite a long thing to do most things on here. You do feel every part of this map, and it's not surprising because of the 5 maps in one thing, but it does feel like a map that is put together from several maps. There's almost a quaint disjointedness to it, I think would be my best description. Yeah, and we got, so again, more farms down here, and bits down this way. I don't think we can get out the bottom end. I'm kind of just driving down here because I want to have a look at the sawmill. There is a road back that way. Again, I think that's to another farm. But you do get this thing. So we've got a lot of stuff connected by dirt tracks. So there's no big main roads sort of connecting everything. That is, again, that's the edge of the map. So another roadway there. What is that way? That way is a field. It is very easy to get lost in this map. Very, very easy to get lost in this map. Right, so around here. I've not seen a big forestry area yet. We have a sawmill, and we do have an issue. I've seen a couple of times, nowhere near as pronounced as I've seen on some maps, but we do have a little bit of an issue with some trees not overly randomly placed. So this here is another yard, pig yard, is what that is. Big pig yard, and here we go. So here's a forestry area. So we've got a forestry area here. Again, a little bit of the uniformity in the thing, but we do have a good forestry texture use. A few bushes about, so that does help. Really, wow, this will be a tough forestry area to work there. That is a steep slope. It is, yeah. The one thing it is a bit A lot of the stuff in this is a bit extreme, I think, is one thing I'm finding on this map. You know, the bumps in the road, bits like the side of the forest there. It is all, there's a tad extremeness to it. Not necessarily bad thing, more of an observation. But it does pull me out of the map a little bit. So here we go. We finally made it round to the sawmill. Perfect sell point. Right, so I am going to get us back to the main road, and we'll continue from there. Okay, we're back at the main road here, and heading back round. We're going to head north from here for our our last leg. It's quite a trek around this road here. It is. This does feel like a good road. A lot of maps, you get onto a road like this and there's too much verge. So I quite like that there's not a lot of grass verge here. It makes it feel that little bit more intimate and that little bit more contained. I wonder if we could have taken that road there. I'm actually going to turn around and take that dirt road, because that'll cut us across a bit and takes us up to the Carrigart food group, which is a sell point. I think it could be another farm up there, but suddenly there is a blue circle, which would make our, well, it would actually only make our 4th farm. Where we've just been, where there's a lot of farm, that is not one of the officially listed farms on the map. Although this is Carrigart Yard 2, so yeah. Oh, these definitely are not hedges you can drive through. The best map I've seen so far from hedges for hedges, I think, is Sutton Farm. The hedges which move when you drive through them, I really do like that. Those work well. As I said, this is a slightly longer first look, but it is a very big map. And again, this is a satellite yard. This, doesn't really have much more. I thought this was going to have a bit more than it does. Don't think we can get out the bottom end of this, so we're going to head back along the dirt road. This may have backfired on us, actually. Oh no, I can get out the other way, so we'll head down here, and I'm hoping that this road will take us out. So it is a proper maze of roads, this map. But look at that. It does look absolutely gorgeous. There we go. It takes us back up to the main road that I came off earlier. Thankfully, no gate for here. GA pitch. So there's Gaelic. I'm guessing that's a Gaelic football pitch. Possibly. Fire engine going to a crash. There's lots and lots of really nice detail on this map. Lots of little bits that have been added in. I think that's the bit that I said we'd need to go and have a look at later, which is a sell point, which we'll head up to in a moment. Again, we're coming into the yard, another pub, plenty of Irish pubs on here. It looks like they're all owned by the same chain. And it's just, there's life on this map, which is quite nice. You quite often drive around a farm sim map and there's no life to it, but there's life to this. This feels this feels lived in with this map. We're gonna head this way and cover these sell points. Across the road. We've got the shop up here as well. So our shop is in there. That's where that's our machinery purchase area, which is very nice. And then we've got a sell point up here as well. We're not going to go back to our original yard. Okay, so yeah, that's the docks there. That's a sell point, so that's the entrance to that. Again, really nice. I'm loving this tree tunnel going around here as well. It's such a detailed map. It has got that odd mix of really nice detail, with just that little bit missing, that little bit of stuff that would sort of finish it off. But then, as I said, work in progress map. So me picking holes in those little bits, those are things that very easily could be rectified. Right, it's quite a long way actually to where I'm trying to get to at the moment, and we're sort of retreading a lot of ground. So I'm gonna cut now to where we turn down to get to this last farmyard, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we're sort of halfway back towards Walsh Contractors buy and sell, or the gas station up this way. We're going to take this road down here, which is another dirt track. Nice bit of muddy dirt track here. Oh wow, this is bumpy. This is probably the bumpiest piece of road we've been on so far. Some really big lumps in it. This is not what I would consider a road down to a farm. It's, you know, the main road down to a farm. So it's quite an interesting choice It's quite an interesting choice with most of the dirt tracks on this map. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of it. For the most part, it's pretty cool, and I understand where they're going for it. And maybe it's just the vehicle that I'm driving around this on, but it seems a bit extreme. And that's the thing that, as you know, I was saying earlier in the video. That is kind of the thing about it. And some of it feels a little extreme for me. Nice bit of detail across there, fisherman. But it feels like if you had a yard down here, if you had a farm down here, that this was gonna be your main route into it, you wouldn't have a road that was that badly maintained. If I'm honest. Right, let's go in here, and this is another cow yard, I think. Again, really nice looking barns, nice setup there. Again, this is what I'm talking about the small issues. Bit of a floating barn here, so that could do with just lifting the ground up a bit. But it's you know, for the main part, I'm liking this very much. Right, there we go. So that is basically a quick tour of the map. I say quick. Oh wow, this is going to be a longer video. Let's have a quick look. There are a couple of bits that are shorter here. So let's have a look overall at the sell points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sell points. Lots of opportunity to sell various things in various places. Root crops are taken pretty much everywhere. So great root crop map this, as I kind of expect. Actually, a really good map for if you want to do sugarcane as well. Eggs are purchased everywhere. Really good price in a couple of places. Milk purchased in a lot of places. Yeah, and then here are extra crops. So, wow, really good field of extra crops. Cabbage. I'm guessing cabbage, lettuce, lettuce, cabbage, red cabbage, carrot, onion, and then I'm guessing these are 3 other grains. I can't remember I'm guessing one of these is rye, and sorghum I would guess is in here as well, and I'm not sure what the other 2 are. So yeah, plenty of crops here to go with. So really good map from that point of view. Again, reinforces the whole PC only thing though. And then let's have a look at what we have in our garage, which is a tractor. So at the moment, and this is work in progress, so I don't think the vehicles for Farm Manager have been finalised. We have a tractor, and I've not come across it yet, to be honest. Let's just... Oh, no, let's not sell it because I want to actually see it. Okay, so there is an issue where there's a tractor that apparently we have, or that is available in the shop, that you can't tab to, which is interesting. So I would go with a lot of silage equipment on this map, I think, as starting equipment. It's certainly, I'd go silage and enough basic stuff to start you off, to get the cows going and to get some cows on your starter farm, I think. Would be a good way to go. But otherwise, yeah, no equipment as it stands at the moment, because we bought that and we can't tab to that, so there is an issue with the map there. But otherwise, yeah, that is that I like. We've driven around the map for a while. Again, we've only got 2 transport missions, so I'm guessing no field numbers, no field definitions in here yet. So no contracting other than the transport stuff. And we've already gone through the field prices, which seem actually I like the area prices. The land prices are good on this map. So there we go. That is where I'm going to finish this fairly long first look. And if you want to get this map, I will. It's not yet released. I will update the description when it has been released. If you want to have a go with it, great multiplayer map to me. I think this will make a fantastic multiplayer map. Also a great map if you want to do your grass silage and do cows and things like that, or want to try out some different crops. Because obviously it has all of those in. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say a thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this first look. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.